Hello Janesville, and welcome back to the Park Place Council Recap. I'm your host Nick Faust, and I'm excited to take a look back with City Manager Kevin Lahner at some of the things discussed at tonight's council meeting of Monday, September 22nd, 2025. Thanks for joining us, Kevin.
Thanks for having me.
So to start off, I want to take a look at the recognitions that were presented tonight. So the council adopted a resolution proclaiming October 2025 as Pedestrian Safety Month. In that same action, they also declared October 15th as White Cane Safety Day. And we had some folks from the Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired accept that. Can you tell us a little more about what that recognition is about?
Yeah, I think that recognition is always really important. Pedestrian safety is something that we're constantly working on within the city, and we're uniquely situated where we have this School for the Blind here in the city, and so that adds added importance to those types of recognition. It was actually mentioned tonight, but I thought it was really interesting that one of the first times I was here when we made that recognition, one of the folks in the audience that accepted the resolution made a recommendation for improvements to an intersection, and we went ahead after that meeting and did those improvements.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like one of those opportunities where, yes, we're recognizing this as an important issue, and then that was followed up by action, which I think is really a nice thing to do. So really important resolution and really important thing for us to keep in mind of here in the city.
Yeah, it's great to see when those recognitions do enact change by way of opening that dialogue, and it sounds like that's what we heard tonight from some of the students.
Yep.
Yeah. The other recognition, I believe, was Fire Prevention Week, upcoming here in October, and I believe the theme is perhaps something our landfill folks might know well, which is lithium-ion battery safety.
Yeah.
Could you kind of touch on why that's sort of a hot topic in the world of fire, and what residents can do to not only keep themselves but their neighbors and the community safe?
Yeah, so lithium-ion batteries obviously are a more recent phenomenon. They have a variety of impacts, but one of the things that folks don't realize is that they're very combustible, and they actually cause a lot of landfill fires here in the city. And so it's just really important to properly dispose of lithium-ion batteries. They don't go in your normal household trash. Take them to a hazardous waste event to dispose of them, or to, I think, some local electronics retailers take them as well. Yeah. So those are the type of things that you should really focus on. Fire prevention, it's evolving, and it's always super important. The better that we can get fire prevention, obviously protects the folks in the city, our residents, but also helps protect our firefighters who are having to respond and to put fires out and to rescue folks when those situations occur. So, you know, people think a lot about the act of going to put out a fire that's already started and how important that is. Even more important is preventing the fire in the first place. And it's really hard to say like how many fires have been prevented by active fire prevention efforts, but it's significant and it continues to grow, and it's just focusing in on those things is really, really important. Yeah,
always a sage reminder to remember year-round, but during this special week, something to certainly remind the community of, as those, like you said, the fire risks and things all sort of evolve over time, and stay cognizant of that. Kevin, I wanted to then go in your update to the council. You touched on a couple things this week that I think would be of value for folks at home to know, and that starts tomorrow, Tuesday, the 23rd, and that's a community workshop on 2400 Beloit Avenue. Could you touch on that?
Yeah, so we're having a community engagement session, and this is a piece of property that is classified technically as a park conservancy area in the city, on the city's south side, that is open space. It doesn't have like a lot of park amenities in it. There's a trail that goes through one corner of it, but other than that, it's open space. And one of the things that we're trying to do is engage in a conversation about what that property could look like. And that's in alignment with our new strategic plan that we adopted last year that focuses on housing, because housing is just a critical issue in the city, and we need to identify areas that we can add additional housing, all forms of housing. And so we are going to go through a process to determine what the community wants in that area, and then ultimately develop concept plans if we decide to go forward of what that could look like.
Yeah.
So we just think that that's an important process. It's the first of several different opportunities for engagement on this subject, and I look forward to hearing what people have to say.
Yeah, great to keep the ball rolling or get it rolling wherever we are with a particular housing project, but so desperately needed at this time in our community and region. So it's good to hear we're having those dialogues with the community. You also then apprised the council, Kevin, that Wednesday another meeting will be happening, and it will be of the GM Jatco Redevelopment Advisory Board. Viewers might remember that being created recently here. What could you tell us about that meeting, and where can folks go to attend that or watch?
Yeah, so we're going to have the meeting here at City Hall to start on the redevelopment board. And that board is really designed to help guide the future vision of that site. And so we've acquired the site. There is roughly 250 acres there. It has challenges, but we really want to engage with the community about what that looks like for the future. And so this first meeting is more of an orientation meeting, kind of get our feet on the ground, figure out what our duties are, get folks to know each other, and then we'll go from there and do a variety of things to go through a community engagement process over a very long period of time. So really excited to get this board started as well. You know, it has a very important purpose. I think it's a good board with a variety of folks on it from a variety of different backgrounds, and so looking forward to getting that going.
Yeah, excited to see that work, and that begins here on Wednesday, the 24th of this week at 5 p.m. And if folks cannot attend in person, our friends at JATV, sounds like they have them covered with a live stream, and then of course available to watch afterwards on demand. That about, I think, does it for us here tonight. Kevin, I want to thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me again.
Yes, and I want to thank you, the viewers at home, for tuning in. If you'd like any additional information on the items discussed, I want to encourage you to visit janesvillewi.gov/materials. For the Park Place Council Recap, I'm Nick Faust. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.